All right, how's it going today, guys? My name is JSP, and today the 53-man roster for the Chicago Bears has come out, and we will be checking it out together. It came out actually like 45 minutes late, which was kind of surprising, but that's okay. I just got off of work. I actually haven't even looked at this yet, so we're gonna look at it together and see who was cut and who made it. So, starting out. 53-man roster was due today a few hours ago, and surprisingly, which I thought they were going to keep three quarterbacks, they only kept two. Surprisingly, so they only kept the two. Tyson Bagent, second string. Caleb Williams, first string. Obviously, we knew that. We knew Caleb Williams was going to be starting for the Bears the same day we drafted him, or I think it was actually the next day. Matt Eberflus announced he's the starter. So, but I'm kind of surprised they only kept two. I thought they were really going to keep Brett Rippon, but he's probably going to sign to the practice squad. Moving on, running backs. This is also kind of surprising. You got first string DeAndre Swift, second string Roshan, Travis Homer, and then Khalil Herbert. Actually, it's in alphabetical order. Okay, I didn't even realize that. My bad. So forget the strings. So DeAndre Swift, Roshan, Travis, and Khalil Herbert. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I thought they were gonna go maybe not have Travis Homer on there, but he did not have the greatest preseason. But Swift, we have a pretty deep running back class or running back room, which I really like. And then moving on from there, we kept six receivers. Um, okay, I'll start from the bottom. Tyler Scott, who had a great end of the preseason. They had the third preseason game. He almost broke 100 yards. He had 99 yards. That was by far his best preseason game. And then Rome Odunze, obviously. DJ Moore, obviously. Velus Jones made the 53. Good for him. I don't think he's going to be playing as a receiver. He's more of like a special team / running back now. Apparently, I don't know why they didn't put him in the running backs. But in my opinion, I'd probably have Velus Jones over Travis Homer. That's just me. But they also kept DeAndre Carter, who is probably going to be our kickoff returner, kickoff returner or punt returner. I can't remember. But he's not really going to be a receiver. He's just going to be our special teams. And then Keenan Allen, which is quite obvious. Tight ends, we kept three of them. Again, very obvious. There's really no surprises yet. Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, Mercedes Lewis. The other tight ends, nothing to turn heads about. So Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett. Unfortunately, Gerald Everett and Caleb Williams, at least in the preseason, I don't know about practice at all. They seem to be fine in practice, but in the preseason, they couldn't seem to, get on the same page. So I'm hoping that turns around pretty soon here. But he's our number two he's our number two tight end, so I'm not too worried about it. We have 10 offensive linemen. Karan Amagaji, Ryan Bates, who is probably not going to actually start as center anymore. Nate Davis, hopefully, he stays healthy, but if he doesn't play 90% of the games this year, he's probably gone next year. Tevin Jenkins, again, he needs to stay healthy this year, or we probably won't be giving him a contract. Braxton Jones, who had a good preseason. Doug Kramer, surprising. Bill Murray, he was decent. Matt Pryor, he was decent. And then Coleman Shelton and Darnell Wright. Coleman Shelton, it looks like, is going to be our starting center, which is good. And then we got some depth with Doug Kramer and Bill Murray and Matt Pryor. So, looks good there. I mean, our offensive line is honestly the glaring hole in this team, but I'm not too worried about it as long as everyone stays decently healthy this year. As long as Darnell Wright stays healthy, Coleman Shelton stays healthy, I think we'll be okay. And then obviously Tevin Jenkins is probably the heart and soul of this offensive line, so he's probably the most important person that needs to stay healthy. Okay, that's the offense. Now to the defense. We have again 10 defensive linemen. Andrew Billings, Austin Booker made the team. That's great. I had no. I didn't think he wouldn't, so that's really cool. Javon Dexter, Daniel Hardy made it. That's pretty cool to see. I like that. Zach Pickens, Dominique Robinson. Ooh, that one's actually kind of surprising to me. Um, ooh, that one is very surprising to me. Actually, I thought he was going to be cut, but I guess he made it. All right, I would have probably had. I would have rather had that other guy. I can never remember his name. He had the 2 interceptions in the preseason. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. Montez Sweat, Daryl Taylor, who we just traded for, Demarcus Walker, and Chris Williams. So, Chris Williams, we also just traded for. So those two guys are, I'm excited about them. We gave up, I think, a 6th-round pick and another 6th-round pick. So Daryl Taylor was I believe a 2nd-round pick for the Seahawks a few years ago, and it just didn't work out for him. So hopefully he's a better fit in the Chicago Bears defense and Matty Berflus's defense. But that's looking good too. Our defensive line is definitely getting a little stronger. Got a Daryl Taylor, another defensive end on the other side of Montez Sweat, and Chris Williams, another inside defensive tackle with Andrew Billings, which is going to be hopefully cool to see, but he's probably just going to be a rotational piece with Javon Dexter and Zach Pickens. But linebackers, moving on, we kept 5, which was a little surprising to me too. Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, obviously, those are our starting linebackers. And then rotational. Oh my God, I'm going to butcher his name. Amen. Yeah, that guy. I'm not even going to try to say it. I'm sorry. And then Jack Sanborn and Noah Sewell, which is a little surprising. He did not have the greatest preseason. He didn't have the greatest camp, I heard. But we're still trying to give him more chances, which I'm okay with. The Bears keep on giving people chances, like Velus Jones and Dominique Robinson and now Noah Sewell. So I believe he can stay healthy, and also when he is healthy, he's not the greatest. So that's a little surprising. Defensive backs, Josh Blackwell, he's actually probably going to be returning punts. That's what or kickoffs. I get those mixed up, but Josh Blackwell, Jaquan Brisker, seems like he's starting to get healthy, which is good. Kevin Byard, Kyler Gordon, Elijah Hicks, who's a rotational safety, or the backup safety, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Jones, Jonathan Owens, Terrell Smith, and Tyreek Stevenson. Pretty much no surprises there. Everyone there has been pretty damn good. Elijah Hicks he's had his ups and downs, but that's why he's not the starter. Jalen Jones is decent. Terrell Smith has been improving every year we've had him so far, and same with Josh Blackwell. So we have some good depth in the defensive backs, which I'm very happy about. And then finally, the specialists are Cairo Santos, Patrick Scales, which it actually looks like he's probably going to go to IR, which is not good. So we're not going to have a long snapper. So we're going to have to figure that out before the season starts next week. So we'll see how that happens. And then Torrey Taylor, which is he is probably one of the best punters that I've seen in a very long time in a Chicago Bears uniform. So that is, at least for right now, the 53-man roster. Obviously, things can change. But today was cut down day, and they had to meet the 53-man requirement. So that is it. I think we have some good depth. I think we have some good starters. And then I think Caleb Williams, could definitely, with this team, make the playoffs this year. I really do. I really think so. Or at least come close. And honestly, if we don't make the playoffs, that's fine. To me, the most important thing is knowing Caleb is our guy. And I really want to know that. You see, I do not want to be in the position that the Panthers are in right now, because Bryce Young, and it's not his fault, and not all his fault. Bryce Young last year was the number 1 pick. All right? And he had such a bad year last year. They don't know if he's the guy. And I do not want to be in that position next year, starting next year. 1 year from now, 1 year from today, I want to know if Caleb is our guy and if we should keep on building for the future. And obviously we're going to do that anyway. Ryan Poles is not stupid. But I don't want him to go out every Sunday with this team and stink it up. Obviously, I mean, I'm a Bears fan. But I want to know if he is our guy. And I don't want him to... Obviously, he's going to have his struggles. I don't want him to have an up and down season. He's going to have his struggles, like I said. But if he has a 3-game stretch where he throws just picks and 1 touchdown, that's pretty fucking awful. And then he goes on a 3-game stretch and he lights it on fire, throwing 12 touchdowns in that 3-game stretch. You know, I'm just spitballing. 10 touchdowns in that three-game stretch because he has the potential to do that. And then after that stretch, he goes on another 3-game stretch of just sucking ass. Like, I don't want that to happen. That is my nightmare scenario, honestly. And then we go 8-9 for the season, 7-10. And we don't know if Caleb Williams is that guy. He has the potential. With this 53-man roster, he has the potential to go out there and be the best rookie quarterback ever. He has the potential to go out there this year, I'm talking about this year, and break all of the Bears records. All of them. Maybe not all of them, but you know what I mean. 4,000-yard passer. 30-touchdown passer. You know, run for some. Like, he has the potential to use his legs a lot too. I don't think he will, not nearly as much as Justin Fields did. Like he said, he is a pass-first quarterback. That is a last resort. If no one's open and he sees the lane, he's going to tuck it and run. Now, obviously, he's not as big as Fields and he's not as fast as Fields, but nobody else is. Like, nobody else in the league really is, besides maybe Lamar Jackson. But this squad is good. Should be good on paper, and this is the paper I'm looking at. The offense is good. Should be good. Honestly, it should be top 15 this year. And if it's not, I'll be a little disappointed. Top 15. The defense is good. Should be top 10. So, I understand it's the Bears. That's coming off of a 7-10 team, but if you don't have them winning probably more than 8-9 games, you're underrating them, and I'm just saying that. Obviously, I could eat my words and go ahead and clip this if you want. I have the Bears winning probably 10-plus games. I really do. They should be that good. The running backs are good. The receivers are good. The tight ends are good. The offensive line, meh. The defensive line is good. They were the number 1 run-stopping defense last year. The linebackers are so underrated. Tremaine Edmonds didn't start so hot, but end of the year good. TJ Edwards, one of the best linebackers in the league, and he is criminally underrated. Defensive backs, one of the best. I'm not just saying this because I'm a Bears fan. One of the best secondaries in the league. Jalen Johnson is the number 1 cornerback in the league last year. Didn't even make the top 100 list. Tyreek Stevenson, again, did not start the year very good. Ended the year spectacular. He was so good. Kevin Byard. Yeah, he's getting old, but he's still good. Jaquan Brisker still needs to prove himself a little bit, but I think he's going to be good. And then Kyler Gordon has been heating up lately. He is going to be, in my opinion, in the next year or two, possibly even at the end of the season, one of the best young cornerbacks in the league. And then Cairo Santos is just, he hits everything. And then Torrey Taylor is a weapon. He is. I know punters are usually not weapons, but he is a weapon. Like, this team is ready, and it's ready this year. Now, Caleb Williams just has to go out and do his thing that we all know that he can do. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I think the Bears totally can do it. They can totally do it. Now, will they do it? Will they screw it up? Maybe. Now, if they choke 3 games like they did last year, if they keep choking and they come out the season to the Titans and they don't look like they're ready, even though I think they're ready. They look ready. But if they come out slow, low energy like they did last year against the Packers, yeah, we're gonna have to have a conversation about Matt Eberflus right out the gate, because holy shit, you have an issue. If we were ready last year and we beat the Packers, we beat the Broncos, Browns, who else did we screw up to? The Lions. If we beat them, we would have had 10 wins. We would have had 10 wins, and maybe we could have a conversation about Fields versus Caleb. And I'm not blaming it all on Matt Eberflus or Justin or anybody, but that was pathetic last year. How many games we blew and how we came out the gate looking so slow and sleepy and like a junior varsity team at high school. So, anyway, that is the 53-man roster. I'm actually in like 15 minutes. It comes out in 15 minutes. Getting ready to watch Hard Knocks. So I am going to cut this off, upload it, and then go watch Hard Knocks, and then come back and film another video. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I will see you guys in the next one. Bear down.